everyone, assalamu alaikum and welcome to my channel. First of all, happy new year to all of you guys. I hope that this year brings lots of happiness, joy, peace and prosperity for all of you, and may all your wishes come true and may you get the strength to stick to your New Year's resolution and fulfill them. Today's video is going to be something that I wanted to do for the longest of time, because ever since I've started my blog, I have seen some local Pakistani bloggers talk about the Pakistani brands, and I have tried some of them when I went to Karachi last time, but obviously I could not try all of them. And one of the brands that I really wanted to give a shot was Beautify by Amna. If you are from Karachi or Pakistan, I'm sure you must have heard of this brand. There are a lot of Pakistani bloggers out there who are using Beautify by Amna products, and there are kind of like mixed reviews on them. There are some bloggers who swear by their products, and there are some bloggers who are not so sure about the quality and the packaging. Some even say that it is very substandard and overhyped for what they're offering and its price. I have seen some of the videos myself and I was a bit skeptical because I could not decide whether I should try them out or should I not. One of my friends who lives in Dubai ordered a deal from them a while back, and so I thought instead of going and buying them out myself, I should try the products that she had and then decide whether I will be trying more of their products or not. Okay, so the most selling products by Beautify by Amna are the Perfect Primer, and which is basically a silicone based primer which is supposed to cancel out your pores for an even skin tone. Bloggers and YouTubers like Glossips, Jannat Meer and Khadija, they all swear by it, and they really feel that it makes their skin look flawless and baby-like. So I personally don't like using silicone based primers. I do have the Touch and Soul primer, but I only specifically use it sparingly for very important occasions. For example, if I'm going out for a very formal dinner, or if I'm going out for a wedding and I will be having a full face of heavy glam on, then I'll use it. Otherwise I just stick to my normal Unicorn Essence or the Huda Beauty Nymph and all. I don't use pore filling primers much. I feel that my skin is alhamdulillah in a shape that does not need that much pore filling products, so I usually steer clear of them. So I wasn't much into trying it out, but the few products that really stood out to me were the blush palette that she came out. It is the Oh My Blush palette, the tropical edition, and it comes with a pink blush and a corally peachish sort of a blush, and they are very shimmery. They have a very shimmery finish. They are not your usual powder blushes at all. Okay, so each color has 3 variations and they are all shimmers. They have a very shimmery and a very glowy feel. So if I just mix them up just to swatch and show you guys, this is the pink one and this is the coral one. So you can see that they have a pretty shimmery and a very glowy sort of a finish. I really like using blushes even on daily basis when I'm not wearing any sort of makeup or anything. I just use my sunscreen and a blush and just head out. If I'm going to the mall or to run some errands and all, I don't usually go for a full face of glam, but I really do apply some sort of a blush or a color to my lips. I usually go for the Body Shop lip and cheek tints or the YSL tint or the Mana Beauty Rose Magic stain. That's it. But I really like using blushes, so I really wanted to give the blushes by Beautify by Amna try, because I have seen so many bloggers rave about them, and they even use the lightest shade on each of the colors for highlighters. So I will be trying I will be using it as highlighter as well. So the deal also came with a cream contour or a bronzer. It's like this. It is a very light colored bronzer and it is pretty smooth, I will say. It's not really hard and it really blends easily. Just a second. And it blends easily as well. So I will be trying that out as well. The deal also came with a setting powder, but she did not have it with her. So I think she gave it away to her cousin. But the last thing that the deal contained was the Face Premium Brush Set. Now I have heard really mixed reviews. There are some bloggers who swear by it, and there are some bloggers who really think that they are definitely not worth their price tag and also. Okay, so these are the 3 products that I will be trying out today. So I won't be going for a very heavy sort of a glam. I will just be doing a very soft and a natural everyday sort of a makeup with minimal, or I will try to use no foundation at all. So let's just get right into it. I'm really excited to try them out, especially the blush palette. Okay, so I think I'll just start with tying my hair back. Okay, so my face is freshly cleansed and toned. I have not yet moisturized it or at all. So I will be using my L'Oreal Hydrogenous moisturizer. I just use 2 pumps of it. And I mix it with Bioderma Photoderm Nude Touch SPF 50. It has a very sheer tint to it, and this is honestly my favorite go-to product for everyday because I don't like using foundation much. So I just need a little bit of a tint for coverage. So I will be applying this all over my face. Never forget your neck. Whatever serum or moisturizer or toner or any sort of a sunscreen or any skincare product that you're using on your face, make sure to drag it down on your neck and apply it in an upward motion, because our neck and our hands are the first places that give away our age, and they start aging very quickly, especially under your eyes. So make sure to keep these specific areas moisturized and toned. Apply sunscreen. Always, never skip on sunscreen. So I have moisturized my face, and I don't think I will be going out anywhere or I need much coverage or anything, but I need to conceal this pimple right here and my dark circles. So I will be using a concealer. I'll be using the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer in, I think it's medium. Yes, medium. For everyday, I just like to sheer it out and then apply it with my fingers. Okay, so after applying concealer, I always set it with the powder, because even if you're not using any foundation or anything, if you are applying concealer on any part of your face, you need to set it with powder, otherwise it will crease throughout the day. So I just take a bit of it on my fingers. By the way, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder like always, and I just take a bit of it on my fingertips and apply it with my fingers, because I don't need to bake, I just need to set it. So I'll just use my fingers to smooth it over on my face and set all the areas that I concealed. So I think I should start with eyes first, and I will be using the Maybelline Tattoo Brow. It has a comb-like tip and it's basically just a tint. So for every day, I just like to brush a tint like this on my eyebrows, and I don't really like the feel and the appearance of a very well groomed and a well sculpted eyebrow, because I think that it really does not suit my face at all. So and it really makes me appear very older than I actually am. So I just apply this tint on my eyebrows, and if I feel that there are a bit sparse areas, I just take the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil and very lightly fill in the sparse areas. Brushing out your eyebrows with the spoolie really helps to evenly distribute the product, and it gives the appearance of a very natural brow. So I like doing this for my everyday sort of a look. So now that we are done with our eyebrows, I will just be applying a sheer wash of color on my lids, since it's a very basic everyday sort of a look. So I will be using the Revlon Color Stay Cream eyeshadow in the shade 705. It is a very pale pink shimmery sort of an eye shade, and I just like using my fingers to evenly spread it all over my eyelid. So I have applied this all over my lid, but I think that I need just a bit more of a definition. So I think I'll be using this palette on my eyes as well. These are such neutral sort of colors. So I think they can be worn as eye shades as well, especially for the summer. Before applying the eye shades, I would like to first review the product itself and the packaging. So it comes in a cardboard box. It's magnetic. See? And it does not feel very cheap. I mean, for its price, I think it's okay. But the mirror is not the best quality. I mean, it's good, but it's not the best. And as far as the pan sizes are concerned, they are pretty large pan sizes, and I don't think you will be running out of it anytime soon. Coming on to the colors, there is some unevenness in texture throughout the pan. For example, I don't think if the camera is focusing or not, but it is cracking a bit here. The texture feels a bit cracked, but they are pretty smooth to touch. Are they the most pigmented blushes in the market? No, I don't think so. And but there is not even a bit of a matte finish to it. For example, if they were going, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not bashing or calling out the brand in any sort of way. This is just my personal opinion as a consumer, that if they were going for shimmery blushes and they were going for 3 variants, they should have added at least one matte variant, so that if you just swirled it around and applied on the cheek, it would not be very overpowering. For example, the white shimmery shade can be a bit too shiny, especially in the lights. So if there would have been at least one matte component, even the smaller one, if they would have made this the darkest shade in a matte finish, I think that if you would have then just swirled it around and then applied on the cheek, it would have given a much better sort of a finish. But this is just my personal preference. They are pretty nice. I mean, they don't feel very dry or very crumbly. So I think I'll just mix both of the darkest shades in the palette and then apply them on my eyes. Tap off the excess and just add it in my crease. So they do feel pretty nice on the eyelids. I mean, especially in summers when there's like 100 degrees outside and you don't want a lot of makeup, but just a bit of a shimmer or a bit of a shine on your lids, you can just use this on your eyes, on your cheeks, and then just be over with your look, and it looks pretty nice. I mean, especially the coral and the pinkish shade mixed in gives a very soft color on the lids. And I will be using the lightest shade of both the palettes, mixing them, tapping off the excess, and I will just be using it in the center of my eyelids just to open up the eyes a bit, and then just blending out the crease and the white shade. I will also be highlighting my brow bone and inner corner with the same white shades. I will be taking this middle shade in the coral section, and I will very lightly just swipe it under my eyes for just a bit of a definition. Okay, since I'm going for a very fresh and a very glowy sort of a look, I don't think I will be applying any liner with it. I will just curl my lashes and use a mascara. I will not be applying false lashes for this look. So for mascara, I will be using my all-time favorite Essence Lash Princess Mascara. So I will just be curling my eyelashes and applying a generous coat of the Lash Princess. Okay, so we are done with the eyes. Now I'll be moving on to the face, and first of all I'll be trying the, I think it's called the Tan Bond bronzer, because it does not say it on the packaging, it just says Beautify by Amna, but I've seen this on her website and her Instagram page as well. So I think it's called the Tan Bond bronzer. It is a creamy formulation, and just by the swatch I feel that it will be a good match for my skin tone, and it does blend out pretty easily. So I will be using the Beautify by Amna 3D Kabuki FP301 brush. It is a very densely packed brush and has a triangular sort of a tip. Okay, so the rest of the brushes are pretty fluffy, so I don't think they'll be okay for a cream bronzer, and since it is very densely packed, it will blend out pretty evenly. So I will just be taking a very small amount first and just stamping it on exactly under the hollows of my cheek. So I will be applying it here. Yeah, it is a nice color actually. So I will be blending it out. Okay, so I have just applied this on the hollows of my cheek, and I just used the remaining product which was on my brush and just traced it along my jawline. But I actually like it. I didn't think that I will be liking this product because it is pretty creamy, and I didn't think I will be liking it much. But and the brush itself is really nice. It is just perfectly dense to pick up the product. I used a very light hand, of course, and because I don't have much foundation on, so I just tapped it a little bit. applied it and then blended it out. So I really like it. Yeah, I think it looks pretty okay. So I will be using just the tip of this brush, picking up some product and very lightly tracing it on the bridge of my nose. I'm not going for a full-on nose contour, but I just need to give a bit of a dimension to the contours. Okay, so this is actually pretty nice. I really like it. And the brush itself is, I wouldn't say perfect, but it is pretty good for the cream bronzer, and it is blending out the product pretty evenly. I don't see any streaks or any powdery residue at all. Okay, so now we'll be using the blush palette for the blush, and I will be using the blush brush. It is FP303 by Beautify by Amna, and I will just be swirling it around in both of the shades like this. Is picking up a lot of product, so I will be tapping off the excess and applying the blush. I am a bit shook. If I'm being 110% honest, I did not think that I will be liking any of the products that in this deal, but the blush is really nice. I love the finish of it. It is very glowy and it gives such a soft flush of color. Of course, I went a bit light-handed with it because it is not a full face of glam, but I think this will look super duper pretty under any light even if you build it up, and I'm really enjoying it just in my vanity lights, and I think it is pretty cool. I mean, good. I think I just go in a bit more just on the apples of my cheek, a bit on the nose. Okay, one thing that I'm loving the most about this product's finish is the shine or the sheen on the bridge of my nose. It looks so pretty, and I don't think I even need a highlighter with it, but of course I will be using it. If you want to get ready very quickly for your office or your college or your university, you can just use this blush on your eyes like I did and on the apples of your cheek, and you're good to go. I mean, it's really nice. I'm really enjoying it. So for highlighter, I will be concentrating my brush on the lowest part of the shades, the white shades, and I will be using the Tapered face brush FP302 by Beautify by Amna, and I will be just pinching the tip. Although it is a tapered brush, it has a point, but since the white portion is pretty thin and I don't need any other color for my highlight, so I will be just pinching the tip and sweeping the brush only on the whiter portions, tapping off the excess and applying it. Oh my god. I mean, can you see this? I don't think you can, but I think you can. Oh my god. This is so pretty. I'll just use a bit more. I mean, why not? Okay, so I cannot stop obsessing over my cheeks right now. And sorry, I don't think I talked about the brush quality. The brush that I used for bronzer was pretty nice. It is firm, it is very densely packed, and it picked up the product and blended very evenly, so I like that. The blush brush has some loose hairs, but bristles are very smooth. Yeah, they are pretty fluffy and it's really smooth for applying blush. I like it, but the only thing that I don't like is that the bristles are becoming loose. That's something that I really wanted to mention. The brush that I used for highlighter is really nice. It is very smooth and there's not even a single loose here, and it blended the highlight very evenly, and it is pretty smooth on the skin as well. So I think this brush is my favorite among all the 5 brushes. The other 2 brushes that it comes with is an angled brush. This too has some loose hairs, but it is pretty smooth. The bristles itself are not very hard, so I think it's a decent brush. It's not the best, but it is decent, pretty decent. And the last brush that it comes with is for the liquid foundation. So it is a very flat, it is densely packed but very flat, so it is perfect for applying the liquid products on your face and then blending out. So since I didn't apply any foundation today, so I didn't use it, but the brush is not bad at all. So I'll just finish this look with the lip, and I will come back and give my final ratings and verdict for all the 3 products used. So stay tuned. Coming on to my final thoughts, the Tan Bond bronzer is feels a bit firm. It is not extremely creamy. It is a very firm sort of a cream in the pan, but I think that makes it very easy for the brush to pick it up and then blend, because if it was a very liquidy sort of a cream, the brush would pick up a lot of product that you actually need, and it would need a lot of blending. So I really like the firmness of the cream, because the brush picks up just the right amount of product that you need, depending on if you want a very light bronzed kind of a look like I did, or a very full on contoured glam. So I think this product can do both, depending on your preference. I personally wanted a very soft sculpted sort of a look, and the color and the undertone of it is just perfect. At least for my skin tone, it blended very evenly, and I have not set my face with any powder at all. So it is pretty intact, and it is not flaked. There is no powdery residue at all, and it really feels that I have a bit of a sculpted look here. So I really enjoyed it, and I would give this a 4.5 out of 5. Coming on to the brush set. Okay, so the packaging is pretty annoying, I will say, because the glitter is everywhere. It is shedding, and but it looks, I think it will look pretty nice on your vanity. So if you just take out your brushes and keep it with your other brushes and just keep this box for display only, so I think it's pretty cool. But the glitter is pretty annoying. I mean, it has already come off from the top. And now coming on to the actual products, the 5 brushes, I have not used this at all, but the brush is very densely packed and very smooth, so it is pretty decent. I mean, if you are a beginner and you're looking for some very drugstore sort of brushes, I think you will enjoy using them. I mean, they are pretty okay. They are very decent. Coming on to the blush brush, this is the one which has some loose bristles, but the actual brush is very soft. It picked just the right amount of product and applied the blush very evenly, and feels really soft on the skin. So I would recommend this for beginners as well. Okay, so the angle brush, again, I have not used this, but it is again very smooth. And if you are using the Tan Bond bronzer for a very full-on sculpted look, I think this will come in handy, and this will be the perfect brush to evenly spread it out. So again, this is a pretty decent brush. Now the 3D Kabuki brush is very densely packed. I was really surprised because usually the Kabuki brushes, which are not that expensive and of drugstore price, tend to be not efficiently packed, and usually the bristles become loose. But I was really impressed with the quality of this. It picked up just the right amount of product that I needed and blended out the bronzer very beautifully, and I would highly recommend this, actually from Beautify by Amna. And my most favorite brush from the set has to be the Tapered face brush. It has no loose hairs whatsoever. It is not very densely packed, but then again it is not extremely loosely packed that it cannot pick up the product and spread out. So it has just the right amount of bristles and the density to it, and it picked up the product and spread it out very evenly. And this has to be my most favorite brush from the set. So if you're someone who's looking for very beginner level or even mid beginner level sort of face brushes, then I would recommend Beautify by Amna. I mean, I have seen some reviews online where people are not at all happy with the quality of the brushes, but for me, I really enjoy using them. And then again, this was purchased by my friend. This is not sent in PR. I am not in any way associated with the brand at all. So I really enjoy using it, and this is my extremely honest review. I'm not paid to praise the quality of it at all. So I enjoyed using the brushes. I will repeat that these are not the best quality brushes out there, but for their price they are pretty decent. Okay, so the last product in the deal is the Oh My blush. The packaging is really nice, it's sturdy, it's not becoming loose at all, the mirror is fine. Then again, like I said in the beginning of the video, that I really wanted, one thing that I really felt was missing was a bit of a matte texture to it. So because all the three components are shimmery, so even if the smallest component was matte, it would have blended out very beautifully and would have given a very nice soft sheen sort of a finish. But then again, this is my personal preference, and if you are someone who wants to try the Beautify by Amna products and just wants to spend to invest in any one product, I would highly suggest the Oh My blush palette. The brushes can be better quality, but then again, they are not bad for their price. The blush palette is a win-win in my opinion. I just wanted a little bit of a matte texture to it, but regardless, these are beautiful. They have beautiful finish. They look, they give a very healthy sort of a finish, and they look great in my vanity lights. So I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed filming it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm very active over there. So stay tuned, stay subscribed. That's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed watching it. Till next time, Allah Hafiz.